Weekend as 11 people were shot, leaving 2 dead. We'll have details on the latest shootings.
Also, a community is recovering after a tornado tore through part of St. Charles Parish Saturday. Here, one man described the scene as the storm passed.
And officials in Maryland have identified the 2 survivors of a plane crash overnight. One of them is from New Orleans. We have those details ahead.
You're watching Good Morning New Orleans.
Thanks for waking up with us on Good Morning New Orleans. I'm Stephanie Chaina.
I'm Tamika Lee. How you making out with those 2 dogs?
You know, it's been interesting, but
you got a new puppy.
They're meshing well together. Yeah, I rescued a little dog, and her name is Georgia, which is a coincidence because Brooke has a roommate named Georgia.
And you're from Georgia.
No, I have a roommate named Georgia.
Oh, there you go. That's funny.
We all have a roommate named Georgia. I love it.
Oh,
she is cute. I've so enjoyed hearing about her this morning.
Obsessed.
And she's a Georgia Bulldog, but not an English Bulldog.
I should bring her to the show, our special LSU show against Georgia Bulldogs. You know that. Okay, maybe not. All right. I'll bring a tiger instead.
Just see her running around.
And Tamika got her Christmas tree.
I did. So I'm ahead. I'm ahead of the game.
You are.
Before
You are
December.
thriving.
Which is a first for the Smith family, by the way.
This early.
This early, because we are normally struggle bus, but we got it. We got it together.
My roommate Georgia and I, we have not gotten our tree yet, but we will this week, without a doubt. And then it'll be up until March or April.
Fire
With Mardi
Hazard
Gras
2023.
Yeah, the
Keep
Mardi
that
Gras
tradition going.
tree, just the best time of year. But we do have a bit of an active forecast for tomorrow. A lot of times November can be our secondary severe weather season, but this month it's been pretty quiet. However, we do have another cold front that's about to roll in and bring some potential winds as well as heavy downpours with it. So good morning, New Orleans. You're waking up right now with your forecast first, brought to you by New Orleans Roast. In the 50s or 60s, anywhere from the upper 50s to lower 60s. And the day planner shows you that that'll be a consistent trend. So we make it to around 71 later on this afternoon. We're going to be sunny with a lot of sunshine out there and a cloud deck that does come and go. Tonight, temperatures fall back into the 50s in spots, and we'll see 60s otherwise. But as you're heading into tomorrow, we're going to see that storm threat ramp up in the afternoon to evening time frame. And we've got a round coming through on Wednesday morning as well. So we'll keep you posted with those details in just a bit. But let's check on traffic. It is 6:02. And traffic is brought to you by Chip Forstall. So it's about a 27-minute drive as usual for the I-10 westbound at Oak Harbor to US 11 route. Of course, a lot of people have been on the road this weekend, and we'll continue to see some travelers early this morning on their way back. So if you're headed off towards the Mississippi Gulf Coast or maybe coming home, it looks good to go. In the city right now, not a whole lot of traffic either because we're only in the 6 o'clock hour, but we'll start to watch it increase over the next 30 minutes to 60 minutes. We'll keep you posted if any accidents do occur. Back to y'all.
Thanks, Brooke. We are learning more about a small plane crash in Maryland that left a single-engine plane dangling from power lines overnight. Officials in Montgomery County say one of the 2 people on that plane is a woman from Jefferson Parish. They say 66-year-old Janet Williams from Marrero was pulled from the plane around midnight. Williams and the plane's pilot were taken to a Maryland hospital. The extent of their injuries is not clear at this time. The cause of the crash is currently under investigation. We will bring you updates as they are available. At new this morning, it was a violent weekend in New Orleans. 2 people were killed and at least 9 others shot in 6 separate incidents across the city. The NOPD says the latest shooting happened at about 12:30 this morning in the Tulane neighborhood. Police say they found a 40-year-old woman with a gunshot wound lying next to a vehicle in a parking lot near South Rocheblave and Canal Streets. EMS pronounced her dead on scene. Then a few hours earlier, the NOPD says someone was shot in Mid-City. Police say the victim arrived at a local hospital and reported being shot around 10:30 last night. Investigators believe that shooting happened near the 600 block of South Norman C. Francis Parkway. No further information has been released. And Sunday afternoon in the Desire neighborhood.
Yeah, a 5-year-old girl was taken to the hospital after being shot in the hand. It happened around 1:45 on Sunday afternoon in the 3000 block of Oliver White Avenue. No word on her condition, but police say child abuse detectives are investigating. Meanwhile, Saturday night, 1 person was killed and 5 others were shot in 2 separate incidents downtown. 2 people were arrested for the shootings, one of them just 15 years old. WGNO's Jordan Lippincott spoke to neighbors about the violence in that area.
A 15-year-old boy from Baton Rouge is facing multiple charges, including second-degree murder, following a shooting on Canal Street Saturday night around 8:30. New Orleans police say the teenage suspect approached an 18-year-old man and shot him multiple times. The victim was taken to the hospital where he later died. Some who live and work in the area weren't surprised by the news.
You know, it normally happens. I work out here, so I was getting off from work last night and I went straight home.
A few hours later, just before 2 a.m. and a couple of blocks over on Bourbon Street, police say a man pulled out a gun during an argument and began firing shots into a crowd. 5 people were hit but are recovering as of Sunday night. According to NOPD, 2 people were detained for questioning and weapons were taken from both of them. Some couldn't imagine that the area that looked so vibrant Sunday was the scene of a murder hours earlier.
I got to be honest, I didn't know it did happen. I was just enjoying a sunny day on a bike ride from Lakeview, trying to enjoy the sights. Now that you told me that, I will probably be heading home.
Those who frequent the area say you just have to be deliberate when making plans.
I think continue living the life, but we don't come here much at night. 5 o'clock, you're back at the house.
Some say despite the crime, they still feel safe.
Because, you know, I just know how to move. I know how to survive. I just, you know, I move a certain way. And, you know, I go my own path.
Jordan Lippincott, WGNO News.
Well, right now, the NOP is asking for help finding a man wanted for a business burglary in the Ferret neighborhood. Police say Irvin New burglarized a business in the 5,000 block of Ferret Street on November 2nd. Anyone with information on where he may be is urged to call Crime Stoppers. Also, NOPD is asking for help finding a man who has been reported missing. Barry Anderson was last seen November 23rd in the 1400 block of Faucher Street. He has not been heard from or seen since. Anyone with information is urged to call the 3rd District Detectives.
And this morning, a community in St. Charles Parish is recovering after a tornado hit the area. Most of the damage from Saturday's tornado was reported between Caddo Road and Bayou Gauche Road. Residents mostly suffered roof damage. Several power lines were also knocked down. One man says when the storms were at their peak, he was so nervous his car was going to slam into his home.
And drove a few houses down, turned in my driveway, and as I turned in the driveway, the truck started bouncing up and down in the back, and the trees started leaning over, the tree in the front yard, but the truck kept buffeting up and down, and lifting the wheels in the back and bouncing, and I thought for a few seconds it was going to pick the truck up and throw it into the house, but it didn't, and it passed, and the good Lord took care of me.
Well, officials continue to survey the damage in the area. They say so far structural damage appears to be minor. And happening this week, the Orleans Parish School Board will finish its first round of open houses across the city. At each open house, the public can see the draft maps for redistricting and also comment on possible changes to district boundaries. Today's open house will take place at Alice Hart Charter School on Berkeley Drive. It runs from 5 until 7 p.m. Now, if you didn't get a chance to visit the Audubon Aquarium over the weekend, you'll have to wait until next year. The aquarium is now closed for renovations for about 6 months. Updates to the facility will include a new downriver entrance that features a bird-safe glass curtain wall. There will also be new stairways and a 2,500 square foot lobby. It's set to reopen next summer.
Well, this morning in Washington Parish, the town of Franklinton remains under a boil water advisory. Early Sunday morning, a power failure on Mason Street impacted the entire water system. The Public Works Department is using another well to supply the town's water. Well, coming up, President Biden spent the weekend talking about gun control after a recent string of mass shootings. Hear what actions the White House wants to see.
And good morning, New Orleans. We are looking forward to our show Under the Stars on Thursday in Slidell. Details on your forecast for a colder outlook and when it finally arrives coming up.
Sefine Chainon, and meteorologist Brooke Laser.
Covering America, what should have been a weekend spent celebrating Thanksgiving was instead a weekend spent mourning for many after more mass shootings and lives were lost.
Yeah, Washington correspondent Alexandra Limon has reaction from President Biden to the string of the recent mass shootings.
Good morning. And because of that string of recent mass shootings, including one at a Virginia Walmart on Tuesday, President Biden is renewing his calls for a federal assault weapon ban.
The idea we still allow semi-automatic weapons to be purchased is sick.
Following a string of recent mass shootings, President Biden made the case that semi-automatic assault weapons shouldn't be sold in the United States.
Not a single solitary rationale for it except profit for the gun manufacturer.
President Biden also expressed frustration at reports that red flag laws may not have been enforced in the shooting at a Colorado LGBT nightclub, where the gunman reportedly used an AR-15 style semi-automatic rifle.
It's ridiculous.
On CBS Face the Nation, Colorado Governor Jared Polis said that neither the gunman's parents nor authorities tried to have the shooter's weapons removed through the use of red flag laws.
In this case, it wasn't pursued by the local sheriff agency.
Democrats in Congress say a patchwork of differing state laws are part of the problem that allow mass shootings to happen time and time again. Congressman Bobby Scott says so far this year, there have been at least 600 mass shootings in the United States.
We can do better. There's no other country suffers gun violence like America.
Lawmakers have not been in Washington because of the Thanksgiving break, but for years, Republicans have blocked a federal assault weapons ban, arguing that many weapons are illegally obtained in the first place. And the window for Democrats to pass new gun reforms is very small, as Republicans will take control of the U.S. House in January. But even within the next month, passing new gun legislation will be very difficult. In Washington, Alexandra Limon.
Good morning and a happy Monday. Coming off of Thanksgiving week, we are starting with a beautiful sunrise over the Mississippi River. So you're waking up with the Place St. Charles camera, looking nice and inviting. Temperatures right now have come down a little bit into the lower 60s, and we are starting to see just a little bit of fog developing around the area. So something to keep in mind as you're headed out the door. Temperatures are going to continue to warm later on today. Tomorrow, we're going to see the 70s with storms, though, and that's when we've got the possibility of some additional severe weather. So we're going to continue with the overall trend today, being nice and quiet. Here's the beach camera at Beau Rivage, and that's where you're seeing the fog start to really thicken as we get a little bit later into the morning. So you'll want to make sure you're maintaining caution on the roads. Temperatures anywhere from the 50s to 60s. We're cooler off to the west, and that's where the coldest air is going to continue to filter in. So the futurecast today is pretty quiet. We got a couple clouds that are staying right off the coast. Most of this activity is further south. Looking to tomorrow morning, we're going to have a lot more clouds and storms around, so it'll be gloomier. And then in the afternoon to evening time frame, that severe weather threat ramps up, and it's primarily coming in the form of heavy rain and possible flooding, as well as gusty winds, but maybe even an isolated tornado or two. So we head towards the hour by hour with our temperatures in the mid 60s, then the upper 60s and 70s returning later on today, anywhere from 71 to about 74. On the North Shore, we'll see these 60s to 70s across South Shore locations. Our morning lows a little bit cooler in the 50s as you're waking up, and then we'll see those 50s to 60s a bit further south. So here is the severe weather concern as you are getting out the door tomorrow. We're going to see that slight risk off to the west. It includes Bogalusa and Hammond. Otherwise, mostly quiet as we approach the rest of New Orleans in terms of the morning. But then by the afternoon, the marginal risk does return, and we're going to see that level 1 out of 5 concern. So overall low-end threats for hail, moderate for flooding and wind, and we could see an isolated tornado or two. Of course, we've had a lot of rain in the last couple of weeks, and our precipitation almanac is showing you that we're right around normal for this time of year. But tomorrow into Wednesday, we should pick up about 1.5 inches to 2 inches total over the course of the event. And then we'll see that humidity fall behind the front, and we'll dry out for our Christmas Under the Stars show inside out on Thursday. So there's the atmospheric moisture content. You see it's back Tuesday and Wednesday, and then we once again are going to have that dry air, as you can see with the purple shading here into the middle of the week and mid to late week as well. Warmer than normal conditions nonetheless over these next 6 to 10 days, and here's your 7-day forecast. So again, as you're headed out the door this morning, our biggest concern is a little bit of fog around the area. Make sure that you're using the low beams if you're having any concerns with this. Steph?
Coming up this half hour, we will break down the 3 constitutional amendments that are on the ballot for the December 10th congressional election.
And a New Orleans native is heading to D.C. Find out who will be in attendance for Jon Batiste's performance later this week.
Thanks for waking up with us on Good Morning New Orleans. I'm Stephanie Chinock.
I'm Tamika Lee. 6:30 on this Monday. 2 more days left in November.
Yes, Cyber Monday.
Cyber Monday.
Yeah, I got to get those deals.
I know you've been getting you got an early deal.
I know, I got a vacuum cleaner.
Well, that's good.
You know, I really needed it, and I didn't buy something that I don't need, so I'm proud of myself.
Good.
There you go.
I need to get on this my computer and get all this stuff.
Yeah. Brooke
I know.
Laser back in the house.
Good morning. I did some Black Friday shopping. Once again, items I didn't need.
Yeah.
But vacuum cleaners are very necessary. So good job, Seth. Got a great deal and you'll put it to use. We are waking up today to a beautiful start, but there are a couple areas with some low-lying fog. So something to keep in mind. Look how stunning this is over the Mississippi River. A lot of sunshine, but we are going to have more active weather tomorrow. So right now temperatures have actually come down a bit over the last couple hours in the low 60s. Here across New Orleans, we see those 50s on the North Shore, and the fog is very much spotty, but where there is fog, it's pretty dense. So you can see a lot of fog on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, barely looking at our beach camera with a clear view there. We'll continue to watch these patchy areas, more than likely improve over the next couple hours. Slidell, you're under a mile right now, and New Orleans is right around 2. So I'd say Slidell and Baton Rouge really dealing with the majority of the fog at the moment. Our temperatures are in the 50s to 60s, and we're going to continue to rise into the 60s and 70s later on today. So your forecast for Tuesday is much more active. That's when our next line of storms rolls in. Let's check on traffic. It's 6:31, and traffic is brought to you by Chip Forstall. So this is where you're going to see those drive times start increasing a little bit. If you're encountering the fog, make sure you're adding your low beams. They'll be best. We do have some low-lying clouds as well. So across the area right now, looks like we do have a little bit of an issue on the Crescent City connection, and that is only leading to a slight backup on the West Bank, but something you'll want to keep in mind as you are heading into the city from the West Bank as you're getting out the door this morning. Otherwise, in Metairie, looking fine. A lot of green on the map here, not only there, but also near the dome. We're seeing a little bit of a backup with the yellow and orange here on the map closer to Claiborne. So keep that in mind as we are also having this mechanical issue, which is leading to a couple of additional minutes over the bridge heading into the city. We'll keep you posted about details on that particular situation. Back to y'all.
Thanks, Brooke. Well, from your local election headquarters this morning, early voting is underway for the December 10th congressional general elections. It continues through Saturday. The deadline to request an absentee ballot is December 6th. For more information on who's on the ballot, head to govote.com. And we are helping you get ready before you head to the polls. There are 3 constitutional amendments on the ballot statewide. Shannon Heck breaks them down.
Amendment 1 on the December ballot looks to ensure people who are not U.S. citizens cannot register to vote and cast ballots in Louisiana. The state already has laws on the books that someone registering to vote has to attest that they are a citizen, and federal law prohibits non-citizens from voting in federal elections. But some states have allowed non-citizens to register for local elections, which this amendment looks to prevent. A vote yes on the almost symbolic vote would reinforce the ban on non-citizens voting in the state. A vote no would not add the language. Down the ballot, Amendment 2 looks to give legislative oversight to the appointments in the State Civil Service Commission. The board is in charge of governing personnel issues for state workers. The 7-member commission has 6 members selected by the governor, which he chooses from nominees given to him by the major universities in the state. A vote yes would let the state Senate vet the appointees and give final approval, similar to other boards in the state. A vote no would keep the process the same. Amendment 3 would also allow the state Senate to approve members of the State Police Commission. That board oversees personnel and disciplinary issues for the officers employed by the agency. Currently, they are appointed by the governor, also selected by the university's nominations. Those in support want to have checks and balances for state police, especially after recent controversies in the agency. Those against it believe it brings politics into law enforcement and how they handle punishments within the department. Election Day is December 10th. For your local election headquarters, I'm Shannon Hecht.
Well, later this week, New Orleans native Jon Batiste will perform at President Joe Biden's first White House state dinner. French President Emmanuel Macron is expected to attend Thursday's event. The performance comes just one day before Macron is set to visit New Orleans, the first visit to the city by a French president since 1976.
Sounds good, Seth. Well, right now we are less than a month away from Christmas, and holiday events in our area are getting ready to ramp up. So today, the Winter Court Hotel in New Orleans will hold its annual tree lighting ceremony. The 19.5-foot Christmas tree in the grand lobby features more than 25,000 lights, a toy train around the base. Of course, there's a mailbox for letters to Santa that will be back for hotel guests and locals to drop off their Christmas wish list for the North Pole. The lighting ceremony starts at 5 p.m. Also later this week, WGNO News is going on the road to Slidell. Myself and LBJ will be live this Thursday from Griffith Park for the annual Christmas Under the Stars. You can watch that Thursday night at 5 and 6 p.m. right here on WGNO. Well, we now turn to Cyber Monday. Yep, the busiest day of the year to shop online. But the key is knowing what to buy. ABC's Andrew Fujii has more.
Cyber Monday spending is expected to top $11 billion today. The deepest discounts are expected to be on TVs, laptops, and beauty products.
Cyber Monday's roots are in tech. So anything that is tech related that you did not get on Black Friday, but that you want, so Cyber Monday's the time to get it.
As for larger purchases, this Thursday, December 1st, is when appliances are expected to be at their lowest price, averaging 18% off at most retailers. A huge factor looming over the holiday season is inflation at a 40-year high. The Federal Reserve has raised interest rates 6 times this year to cool the economy and bring down spending, putting pressure on retailers to sell as much as they can now.
They know that their budget's getting eaten up by their heating bill, their rent, these necessity grocery purchases. So the pressure is on, for them to compete with each other and offer the richest deal possible.
On Black Friday, Americans spent more than $9 billion shopping online, a 2% increase from last year and higher than forecasted. But retailers are still losing ground when factoring in 7% inflation. And to cope with higher prices, many shoppers are turning to flexible payment plans. According to one estimate, buy now, pay later payments increased by 78% on Black Friday compared to the previous week.
Some economists say that the strong labor market is supporting this holiday spending, but it is unclear what happens if hiring slows in the new year.
As for what not to buy on Cyber Monday, wait on mattresses and furniture. Experts say better deals on those items can be had on President's Day. Andrea Fujii, ABC News, New York.
And listen up to this. Anyone hoping to ship presents this holiday season will need to act fast. USPS says if you want your package to arrive by Christmas Eve, then you'll need to ship through ground service by December 17th, priority mail service by December 19th, or priority mail express by December 22nd. Mark the calendars. Those deadlines are posted on the USPS website.
And the U.S. Postal Service also has a deadline for letters to Santa. That deadline is December 12th. For more than 100 years, children have been writing to Santa in a special program. A child can write a letter to Santa and include a return address and postage and put it in the mail. The letters will go to the post office's operationsanta.com. If you'd like to make one of those wishes come true, check out the program at operationsanta.com. Business news, the Biden administration is now opening the door to more oil from Venezuela after granting Chevron a new license to export oil again. But experts warn that it may take a year just to get production back up to 200,000 barrels a day.
Well, Frontier Airlines is no longer taking your calls. The carrier has shut down its customer service lines. If you have a question, you can reach out via WhatsApp, social media, or Frontier's website. The company claims it found more customers prefer communicating digitally. And the annual Giving Tuesday, a day that encourages people to donate to charity, it begins at midnight.
Yeah, that's right. But there are many legitimate charities, but there are also bad actors trying to scam people. ABC's Rena Roy has some tips to help you sort it all out during this holiday season of giving.
It's the time of year when Americans' mailboxes, emails, and phones are filled with appeals from various groups asking for donations. There are roughly 1.5 million charitable organizations in the U.S. So how can you make sure that a charity is legitimate? Experts say you should check to see if the charity is a 501c3 organization and if they have an employer ID number.
You can go to the IRS's website, or you can come to a resource like Charity Navigator and you can enter that organization's name. Or you can enter its tax ID, which will give you its very specific profile, and that will confirm if the organization is a valid charity.
If an organization is asking you to make a donation in cash or by gift card, that might be a sign that it's not a legitimate charity. It's safer to donate by credit card or check. If you get a phone call from someone asking for a donation, don't let the caller rush you into anything.
Don't feel pressured into giving that gift. Don't give your credit card information over the phone. You can certainly ask for them to send something in the mail.
It's also a good idea to check how a charity will use your donation.
So the main thing that you want to look for is what the organization's mission is, what their model is, if they have a proven track record in delivering on that mission.
Check the organization's website to see what percentage of money donated goes to their charitable work.
Typically, we look for 70% or more to be allocated towards programs.
For donors, doing a little research can make sure that your donation will get to those who really need it.
And that's why it's so important that you give with your heart, but also you give with your head, and you do a little bit of due diligence before you give.
Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
Good morning and a happy Monday. Coming off of the holiday week, we are starting out with a beautiful sunrise over the Mississippi River. And you can see it's a little bit winter-like, but temperatures are not that cold. So we're waking up to a bit of low-lying cloud cover and some fog out there, anywhere from the upper 50s to low 60s. We've got some humidity back in the forecast for these next 48 hours, but we also have that drier air coming back and cooler temperatures on the way Thursday. So the beach camera at Beau Rivage is a little gloomier as we head into the next couple hours. We're going to see some visibility limitations developing. So in New Orleans right now, we've got very limited visibility. Same thing in New Iberia and off towards Baton Rouge. Slidell's has improved by a mile in the last 30 minutes or so. But just remember, if you're encountering patchy fog or dense fog, you want your low beams. They'll be best. That being said, our temperatures right now are anywhere from the upper 50s to low 60s across the area. And we'll continue with our Futurecast showcasing sunshine and just a little bit of cloud cover. So we're going to be mostly quiet with those storms off to the west, then moving east as we approach tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night, meaning you're dealing with the possibility of severe weather moving in at that point. So we'll have the heavy downpours and some gusty winds, also a little bit of an isolated tornado threat. The bigger concern with this is definitely up to the north in the northern portion of Louisiana and central Louisiana as well as Arkansas. So on Wednesday morning, a little bit of a trailing line right behind, and then we'll see those improvements by Thursday. Your hour by hour today takes you into the next few with these 60s to 70s. Again, we're going to see a lot of sunshine as we get later into the afternoon. So our highs are anywhere from about 70 to 73 on the North Shore, and we'll see a pretty similar forecast for South Shore locations. Morning lows tomorrow in the 50s as you're waking up, and then we'll see the 50s to 60s back as well. So here's the severe weather breakdown. Again, as we look to the west, Baton Rouge, Hammond, Bogalusa included in that level 2 out of 5 slight risk. You can see towards the central part of the state that level 3. Otherwise, we'll stay below with the marginal risk at a level 1 out of 5 risk for most South Shore locations. So hail's not a concern. Flooding and wind, though, will be, and we could have an isolated tornado or two. In terms of precipitation, we've definitely had around normal, if not above normal rainfall amounts over the last couple of months. So our rainfall forecast is going to be right around 1.5 inches to 2 inches as we come out of this event by the middle of the day on Wednesday. And overall, the humidity is on its way up, and then it comes right down on Wednesday with that drier air mass on Thursday, just in time for our Christmas show under the stars in Slidell. So you can see that moisture surge all the way into Wednesday afternoon, and then we'll start to watch the drier air come back before another round of moisture returns for the weekend. So outlook is warmer than normal for these next 6 to 10 days. Again, we hope you can come meet us on Thursday at 5 and 6 in Griffith Park. We did this last year and it was so much fun. We're looking forward to it once again. So we'll have those rain chances Tuesday, Wednesday, and then we'll start to see improvements as we head into the weekend. Temperatures back into the 70s by Friday and Saturday.
In this morning's GMA First Look, cruise ship survival story. New details emerging about a cruise ship passenger who's lucky to be alive after falling overboard, spending nearly 15 hours lost at sea without a life jacket.
It's a testament to his will to live. You know, to be out in the middle of the ocean, treading water for upwards of 15 hours is simply incredible.
Overnight, Good Morning America speaking to the U.S. Coast Guard Search and Rescue Coordinator.
There was a potential of over 7,000 miles of ocean we had to search, which is roughly the same size as Massachusetts. We launched a Coast Guard helicopter out of Air Station New Orleans, a 45-foot response boat medium out of Station Venice, and one of our fixed-wing airplanes out of Mobile.
And we'll have much more on this miracle on the high seas coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Victor Oquendo, ABC News, Miami.
We wrap up Good Morning New Orleans. Let's get you out the door with the need to know news and weather.
So here's a quick look at what you should know before you go. We are learning more about a small plane crash in Maryland that left the single-engine plane dangling from power lines overnight. Officials in Montgomery County say one of the two people on that plane is a woman from Jefferson Parish. They say 66-year-old Janet Williams from Marrero was pulled from the plane around midnight. Williams and the plane's pilot were taken to a Maryland hospital. The extent of their injuries is not clear at this time. The cause of the crash is currently under investigation. We will bring you updates as they are available.
And happening this week, the Orleans Parish School Board will finish its first round of open houses across the city. At each open house, the public can see the draft maps for redistricting and comment on possible changes to district boundaries. Well, today's open house will take place at Alice Hart Charter School on Berkeley Drive from 5 till 7. Also, if you didn't get a chance to visit the Audubon Aquarium over the weekend, you'll have to wait until next year. The aquarium is now closed for renovations for about 6 months. Updates to the facility will include a new downriver entrance that features a bird-safe glass curtain wall. There will also be new stairways and a 2,500 square foot lobby. It's set to reopen next summer.
And we want to remind you, WGNO is looking for remarkable women across the New Orleans area. And now is your chance to nominate one. We're looking for women who do good work in the community and inspire other women. We're taking nominations until December 17th at WGNO.com. And we'll highlight some of the nominees in March for Women's History Month.
Good morning and a happy Monday. The time now is 6:54 and we are now under a dense fog advisory within the last few minutes until 9 a.m. So this is going to include parts of the South Shore and the North Shore up to the west as well as over towards the east. Mississippi Gulf Coast, Thibodaux, New Orleans, Mandeville, Bogalusa, and Bay St. Louis all included. So if you're encountering patchy fog, make sure that you're using your low beams. They'll be best. Look at some of these visibility limitations, especially in New Orleans right now, under a quarter of a mile there. So same in Bay St. Louis. You can't see hardly anything. Make sure you are maintaining caution on the roads. Temperatures right now in the 50s to 60s. You'll see those 60s to 70s today. And we shift our attention to tomorrow's severe weather threat. Here locally, it will be a little bit lesser up towards Mississippi and Arkansas, even the northern portion of Louisiana. We're going to be dealing with that greater risk. So we'll be watching out for those lines of storms coming through in the afternoon to evening with gusty winds and the possibility of some flash flooding plus tornadoes. Let's check on traffic at 6:55, and traffic is brought to you by Chip Forstall. So right now we just want to show you the eastbound lane of the Crescent City connection heading into downtown. A little bit of a delay here because of a stalled vehicle, and we'll take you to the traffic maps. It's showcasing about a 13 to 15 minute drive time in comparison on your traditional 4 to 5. So make sure you're adding a couple minutes. That's backing up pretty extensively on the West Bank. Otherwise, we're dealing with our traditional problem areas this morning as many are coming off of the holiday weekend heading back to work. So be careful and don't forget about those low beams with the fog. Back to y'all.
Thanks, Brooke. Don't forget, you can stay up to date on the latest weather wherever you go if you download our news app free in the App Store and Google Play. Just scan the QR code on your screen right now for a link to download the app on your smartphone. You can stream us live, get up to the minute weather and traffic. Monday.
Cyber Monday. Don't spend too much money. I understand there are deals out there. We're all taking part. All right. But don't go overboard.
Yes.
Well, or go overboard. It's the holiday season. Do as you may.
Or go for it.
Swipe away. It's all right, guys. GMA's up next.
And tune back in at 11 for all the latest.
We'll see you then. Have a great morning.